Rasputin's in trouble.
What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a quick Destiny video. This is basically just going to be an update to the review I did on the Suros Regime, but that was prior to the weapon adjustment patch that recently came out, patch 1.1.1. You guys know that hit auto rifles with a pretty big nerf, and the auto rifles that were the higher impact ones like the Suros Regime, like the Vanquisher, were hit pretty hard by that nerf. It took down a lot of precision damage, also took down, how well they were at range, and overall was a pretty significant nerf to how good they used to be. So what I wanted to do real quick, I'm going to try to keep this video short, is just wanted to update on the numbers and whether or not I think Suros Regime is still a good exotic and a good auto rifle. And what we're doing here, this is just a level 30 mission I'm running to kind of show how well it still does against level 30 enemies. It's a very good weapon still, I believe. Yeah, I've really found, despite the nerf, I haven't found that it's really affected my gameplay with it all that much. I still find it to be a very good weapon in most aspects of the game. The biggest problem you're going to see with Suros Regime is going to be a drop-off in range that it's effective at. It used to be that you could just destroy everything with this weapon from all over the map. Now it's more of a sort of just a mid-range weapon. Before, you could use it at very long ranges, even out to where scout rifles were effective, and that is one of the reasons they nerfed the gun, because, I'll be honest, it was just really, I don't want to say it's overpowered, but it was just kind of too good before. I mean, your precision hits in the Crucible were getting up in the 40s, and it was such a really, I don't want to say overpowered, but it was a very powerful weapon, and a lot of people were getting kind of salty about it. But, I don't like it when they nerf things. I don't know if it was warranted. They could have just adjusted the range damage a little bit instead of just hitting it with a damage debuff, which they said auto rifles were getting a small debuff, but when it turned out to be, they had some hidden numbers in their patch notes, and it turned out that weapons like Suros Regime got hit with a double-digit damage nerf, so really took it down quite a bit. Now, I am going to tack on some Crucible footage at the end of this review so you guys can see how well this still performs in PvP. And just to give you some quick numbers for PvP, in case you're wondering, the Suros Regime now does 31 damage for a headshot and 25 damage for a body shot. So still relatively decent numbers, and that's at a pretty good range. You'll see in my video I tack on to the end here that I still am able to get kills from pretty much all over the place with it. It is still a very good weapon in the Crucible. I'm not the best Crucible player in the world, but I still managed to go over a 2.0 KD with it using this weapon. So real quick, let me show you guys anything that's been changed. Everything is still pretty much the same here in terms of statistics. You can see the rate of fire is very, very decent. The impact is still as high as it was before, and the range is still pretty good. Now, these don't actually show any of the nerfs here. You'll have to dig deeper into the patch notes to find those. And you guys remember the perks on Suros Regime, the focus fire being the one that slows it down when you zoom in. Hammer Forged is the one I go with here for improved range and accuracy in the middle tree, and then your Suros Regime perk, which is basically kind of like glass half full, but it also returns some health to you. There's a small chance of that occurring. I actually don't notice that very often, whereas the perk on Red Death that restores your health works pretty much all of the time and is much better, I think, than what's on Suros. But anyways, let's get into just some quick numbers here for you. The Suros Regime now with the little bit of reduction in damage and range. If you are using it against a level 30 enemy, this would be on a level 30 normal enemy, and this is with hipfire. You will get 306 damage to the head and 103 damage to the body. Now, one reason I say hipfire is because when you zoom in on the Suros, it slows down the fire rate but does more damage. So when you use focus fire, you're going to get 408 damage on a headshot and 163 damage on a body shot. That's on a normal level 30 enemy. If you switch over to a level 30 major, those guys with the yellow health bars, with hipfire, a headshot's going to do 153 damage, body is going to do 123 damage. Conversely, with focus fire, you are going to get 204 damage for a headshot and still 123 damage for a body shot. Then you have the Suros Regime perk. This is, like I said, like the glass half full, but this works. It's a lot more effective than glass half full, whereas, like, say you're using the Vanquisher from the vendor that has the glass half full perk on the bottom, you're only going to get a little bit of extra damage out of it. It's not going to be a huge, it's going to be like 6 or 7 damage per shot. It's not going to be a massive increase. The thing about the Suros Regime perk, and I don't know if this is glitched or bugged or not, it does a ridiculous amount of damage when you get to the bottom half of the magazine. Now, I can't give you a concrete number on it because I was seeing numbers all over the place, and this is against level 30 enemies. I was seeing anywhere from the standard 408 damage up to 700, 760, 800 at times. I've even seen it hit over 900 damage on those bottom of the magazine. So this is still an amazing perk on Suros Regime, at least for the damage increase when you're using focus fire. So always make sure on Suros you are going through that entire magazine, because you are going to get a ton of damage, especially for precision shots when you get to that bottom half of the magazine. Like I said, certain times I saw numbers in the 800, 900 damage range per bullet, and a lot of the times it was in the 600 to 700s. So I don't know if that's glitched or if that's not working how it's supposed to, but some of the damage that pops off those last couple shots is just absolutely ridiculous. So that's pretty much it for the PvE side of things. Like I said, I am going to tack on some Crucible gameplay footage here at the end of this so that you can see how effective Suros Regime is in the Crucible. So if you guys hang on for just a second, I'll get right into that. Thanks, guys.
Zone A lost. Zone C neutralized.
What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you here with a little bit of PvP footage here. I wanted to show you guys how the Suros Regime performs in the Crucible. This is after patch 1.1.1, and I'm tacking this on at the end of the weapon review so you guys can kind of get a good idea of if this weapon is still good to use in the Crucible. I personally believe that it is, even with some of the nerfs that were done to it. The precision damage is no longer as high as what it used to be, and the range has had a pretty significant drop-off, but you can still perform fairly well with this weapon. So I'm going to let this run for this match, and of course we are losing again. It seems like every time I record PvP footage for these weapon reviews, our team just gets absolutely destroyed. But I'm hopefully going to be able to show you here what you can do with Suros Regime. You can it still hits very hard from decent range. Got a nice little double kill there, but hopefully you guys will find this review helpful and be able to see that this is still a very viable weapon in the Crucible. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you again next time.
Heavy ammo on the way. Heavy ammo available. Zone B neutralized. You captured Zone B. Zone C lost. Only 5 minutes left. Enemy captured Zone C. Zone A neutralized. Zone B lost. Enemy captured Zone B. Enemy captured Zone A. Enemy controls all zones. Zone C neutralized. Zone C secure. Zone C lost. Zone C secure. Zone C lost. Enemy captured Zone C. They've got them all, Guardians. Zone C neutralized. Heavy ammo inbound. Zone C captured. Heavy ammo available. Your light is stronger than this, Guardian. Show them. Zone C lost. I know that's not the best you've got. Now do it again.
Alright guys, so you get to see a little bit of Suros Regime there. I don't know why I keep saying I'll see you again next time when I first start these, because I always come back on and give a little post-match kind of review there. You see, did very well, 2.36. The rest of my team, yeah, not so much. That's my typical Crucible match there. I get stuck with really, really difficult team. You see there, I got 26 kills, had the top score in the match. That I joined in progress there, and kind of came back a little bit, but our team still lost by like 5,000 points. So rough go of it in the Crucible, but you guys at least got to see Suros Regime there in its how it works. It's still a very, very good auto rifle, as you can see, even at different ranges there in that map. That was a pretty decent map to show what an auto rifle can do. So overall, very good weapon still in PvP, even despite the nerfs from patch 1.1.1. You can still perform and do very, very well with it. So hope you guys enjoyed the Crucible video there, and now this time I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching, guys.